10 o'clock tomorrow, we have a blockade going into effect. That'll be 10 o'clock tomorrow. Other nations are working so that Iran will not be able to sell oil. They broke their word, they broke their promise. And remember, their promise was that they were going to open the Hormuz Strait. They didn't do it. They lied.
The world's most critical oil choke point is now at the center of a major global storm. The Strait of Hormuz blockade has officially come into effect today. And the big question is, will this make an already fragile situation even worse? Just hours after U.S. Iran talks in Islamabad fell apart, Washington moved fast. The U.S. Central Command announced blocking traffic linked to Iranian ports. Donald Trump made it clear he doesn't care if Iran returns to the negotiating table. According to him, talks failed because Iran refused to back down on its nuclear program.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine. And just so you understand, Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. Will not have. There is no way that they're going to get. They still want it. And they made that clear the other night. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon.
But Iran tells a very different story. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi claims both sides were close to a deal until the U.S. changed terms and pushed maximalist demands. This is not a full shutdown of the strait. The U.S. says global shipping will continue, but any vessel linked to Iranian ports could be stopped. That targets a critical flow, nearly 2 million barrels of Iranian oil per day. Trump has gone a step further. He said even ships that pay Iran toll fees to pass safely will be stopped. According to him, the U.S. Navy has been ordered to intercept any vessel in international waters that will dare to pay such tolls. His warning is blunt: no ship paying Iran will have safe passage. This effectively expands the blockade beyond geography into financial tracking and enforcement. And that's where the real impact begins. Tanker movement has already slowed, and energy markets are on edge. The moment this announcement came, oil prices shot past $100 a barrel. Global markets reacted instantly. Stocks slipped, uncertainty spiked. Why does this matter so much? Because when oil gets expensive, everything gets expensive. Transport, food, daily goods, all take a hit. For countries dependent on imported energy, like much of Europe and Asia, this could slow growth and push inflation back up. Central banks may even delay interest rate cuts. At the same time, exporters are worried demand could fall if prices stay high. What we're seeing now is a dangerous mix: rising prices and slowing growth. A combination that could hit the global economy hard. Tehran is not backing down. Iran's naval forces have warned that any hostile move near the strait will be met severely. Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf has also mocked the U.S., warning Americans to enjoy current fuel prices. His message is clear: this move could backfire hard. Iran also says it will not submit to pressure or threats. Now comes the bigger question. Is this even legal? Naval blockades are often seen as acts of war under international law, especially without UN backing. The U.S. has framed this as a targeted restriction rather than a full blockade. But the line is thin and tensions are high. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has already warned that foreign military presence in the region could violate the current ceasefire, which raises the risk of direct confrontation. This blockade raises several critical and unanswered questions. How will the U.S. actually identify ships that paid tolls to Iran? Will force be used against foreign-flagged vessels that ignore the blockade? How will countries dependent on Iranian oil, especially China, respond? Will this move push oil prices even higher? And most importantly, will this move make an already bad situation much worse? All signs point to yes. You have a collapsed diplomatic channel, a military move in one of the world's busiest oil routes, and two sides that no longer trust each other. Even if the strait is not fully closed, just the threat is enough to shake global supply, and that's the real danger. Because in today's world, you don't need a full-blown war to trigger a global economic shock. Sometimes, all it takes is a blockade.